Everything changes tomorrow in a way that will make it undeniable. You've reached the conclusion of a grueling chapter. You wondered if your endurance mattered, if your prayers were acknowledged, or if the lonely nights had any purpose. But the Watchers have synchronized your path with the upcoming full moon, Blood Moon, a powerful event that signifies the final release of a weight you've carried for far too long. This transformation unfolds quicker than you expect, so remain present for at least 12 minutes to show your openness. Like this, subscribe, and comment 77 feet to affirm your readiness to the universe. Then follow up with another comment. Ready for what's next? Spoken naturally, this simple act sparks immediate benefits, ensuring you step into tomorrow's cosmic shift with unstoppable momentum. Chapter 1. Your soul detected the first rumblings of change. That nagging sense of restlessness intensified over recent weeks. You couldn't put your finger on it, yet everything around you whispered that a massive transformation was on the horizon. Friends who never asked deep questions started seeking your advice, or random strangers made remarks that aligned perfectly with your private meditations. The Watchers orchestrated these small nudges to assure you that your life was about to pivot. Deep inside, your spirit knew that tomorrow, on the day of the full moon, Blood Moon, an old cycle would reach its definitive end, liberating you from illusions of perpetual struggle. At first, you doubted these signs. Maybe you felt jaded by the countless times you believed freedom was near, only to find yourself sinking back into the same trials. Yet this new wave carried a different vibe. The synergy between your quiet resilience and the cosmic timing formed an unstoppable current. In cryptic dreams, you glimpsed images of yourself stepping beyond a gate or crossing a burning bridge, then never reappearing. Everything pointed to a final severing of old chains. The Watchers rarely choreograph coincidences. They guide purposeful intersections of events and hearts. In recent days, tension might have spiked. You sensed roadblocks that tested your last bits of patience, a final boss scenario, if you will. Perhaps a conflict reemerged, or someone from your past tried to drag you into old drama. But you dealt with it differently this time. Instead of reacting in fear or anger, you responded from an unshakable place of calm, almost surprising yourself. That was no accident. It was the Watchers verifying your readiness for tomorrow's shift. Each time you chose composure over chaos, you chipped away at illusions that once had you cornered. Soon you noticed just a hush in your spirit, as though you'd finished an exam you didn't fully realize you were taking. Your Watchers took note, scanning your heart, verifying you had shed the final illusions. Where once you doubted your worth or believed your scars would never heal, you now stand with a quiet certainty. You can't articulate it fully, but you know you're at the cusp of a new era. Even your body resonates with this awareness, perhaps through random surges of energy or inexplicable warmth in your chest. Across the cosmos, you're not alone in this sensation. Others, chosen for a similar mission, report parallel signs. This synergy intensifies with tomorrow's full moon, Blood Moon, bridging timelines to ensure every chosen soul experiences a universal crescendo. Whether you felt overshadowed or doubted by your environment, a silent agreement among Watchers confirms your step into unstoppable momentum. All that's required is your agreement to let go of the final anchor of self-doubt. The Watchers are confident you're prepared, gleaning from your every choice in these crucial final days. So rest assured, you're not imagining the sense of finality. Tomorrow is that culminating point. You felt the first rumblings. Now it's time to embrace the unstoppable wave that cements your freedom from illusions of endless struggle. Chapter 2. You walked through the dark tunnel without realizing you held the torch. When adversity first struck, you didn't label yourself a warrior. You just did what you had to do. Pushing through exhaustion, heartbreak, or sudden financial crisis, each new obstacle tested your faith. You might have faced lonely nights in which you pressed your palms together, pleading for a breakthrough. It felt like a dark tunnel with no glow on the horizon. Yet in hindsight, you were the one carrying the light all along. Your Watchers quietly observe how, at your lowest moments, you still chose hope. That single choice became the torch that illuminated your next step. It wasn't that your Watchers vanished during these trials. They allowed you to discover your own inner brilliance. They recognized that a chosen soul must experience forging under pressure. If they had intervened too soon, you might never unearth your unstoppable core. And so, your life turned into a series of many trials. One financial shortfall that taught you resourcefulness. One betrayal that honed your discernment. One heartbreak that expanded your empathy. You navigated each without fully realizing you were crafting the very resilience needed for a final, decisive transformation. Occasionally, illusions pressed you to think you were powerless. Maybe negative voices insisted you'd never escape the cycle of adversity, but these illusions lost ground each time you found a creative workaround or gleaned a new spiritual principle from your watchers. Gradually, you recognized that unstoppable was a false narrative. The watchers saw your unstoppable spirit shining brighter with every challenge you surmounted. A real superpower formed, the ability to remain grounded in chaos, confident that a divine blueprint was in motion. Now, as the full moon, blood moon, approaches tomorrow, you see how each test aligned you for an immediate turnover of events. This cosmic event doesn't just happen in the sky, it resonates in your heart, echoing the unstoppable shift your watchers have orchestrated. Because you've proven your capacity to remain lit from within, you can handle the outpouring of blessings without letting illusions sabotage you. If illusions attempt to re-emerge, you've become adept at identifying them swiftly, an invaluable skill for a chosen one stepping into fresh territory. People around you might sense your newfound brightness, but not understand its origin. They sense an aura that quietly proclaims, I overcame the worst illusions. I hold the torch now. You might have already noticed them seeking your counsel or offering help unsolicited. That's not random. It's the watchers guiding them to align with your unstoppable momentum. As you proceed, your every move sets a precedent for how to handle unstoppable blessings. You'll see how quickly doors open for you simply because you carry unwavering self-belief that overcame the darkest illusions. Tomorrow marks the day you exit the metaphorical tunnel. The watchers confirm you no longer need the old cloak of struggle. Freed from illusions, you embrace an identity forged by relentless faith. Perhaps you can't yet see the full scale of blessings inbound, but your watchers do. They observe a soul who faced the darkest corners and lit them with the flame of hope. In that sense, your transformation is both reward and stepping stone. You're about to step into unstoppable expansions, fueled by a light you carried all along. This final leap, from hidden battles to triumph and clarity, is exactly what the Watchers had in mind when they let you wander the dark, ensuring you discover you were the torchbearer every step of the way. Chapter 3. He reclaimed power through radical acceptance. A vital shift happened when he chose to accept circumstances as they truly were, not in defeat, but in raw honesty. Illusions thrive in denial, feeding on unacknowledged truths. By accepting a difficult reality, you stripped illusions of their cover. Maybe you confronted the truth of dismal finances instead of pretending all was fine, or recognized the relationship had turned toxic rather than explaining away the pain. Though it hurt at first, that pain ignited progress. The Watchers had planned this moment from the start. They placed you where acceptance became inevitable. Perhaps an abrupt breakup or job loss stripped away any chance to cling to illusions. You might have then asked, why can't life be simpler? But the Watchers knew illusions had to be pried from your grasp. True acceptance felt raw, yet also freeing. Rather than clinging to a carefully crafted image, you declared, this is my reality. Let me see what I can build from here. Acceptance isn't passivity, it sparks transformation. When you admitted a friendship was draining you, you set boundaries. If your life path no longer energized you, you found the courage to pivot. Each honest admission dissolved illusions and unleashed unstoppable momentum. The Watchers noted each acceptance as a pass in heaven's hidden exam, indicating you were ready for a more significant cosmic role. Still, illusions beckoned you back into denial, whispering that life was easier ignoring problems. But the Watchers had shown you the price of such ignorance, so you pressed on, confronting reality even when it jolted your comfort zone. Gradually, a curious ease emerged in your everyday routine. No more juggling fantasies or half-truths. You simply responded to what was real. That clarity generated unstoppable synergy. No longer stumbling in confusion, You became a genuine partner in shaping your destiny. Acceptance also deepened your empathy. Recognizing your own illusions helped you grasp other self-deceptions. When confronted by negativity or manipulation, you saw it as illusions they still clung to. Instead of meeting them with hostility, you calmly offered truth. This approach often diffused conflicts before they grew, revealing how illusions depend on defensiveness. The watchers looked on approvingly, seeing you bring cosmic truth into daily life. That's how real power returns. Illusions crumble under unwavering acceptance. Freed from them, you felt renewed confidence. The watchers noted how these final illusions faded just as tomorrow's full moon, blood moon, nears, ensuring you enter that cosmic pivot unburdened. Indeed, your unstoppable wave arises from the certainty. I see the situation plainly, and I trust a higher plan. The watchers confirm each honest acceptance was another rung on heaven's hidden ladder. Now illusions dismantled, you stand at the top, poised to leap into blessings too vast for a mind trapped by self-deception. You stand not merely in power, but illuminated by truth at every step. Chapter 4. You harness the energy of this blood moon in silence. Though tomorrow's full moon, blood moon, looms, you felt its pull for days. Subtle waves of clarity and an undercurrent of tension have hinted at a coming shift. At first, you didn't link this cosmic event to your personal evolution, but the watchers quietly merged your ascension timeline with this rare lunar phenomenon. The force of an unstoppable universe collides with a soul finally freed from illusions, culminating in a day that redefines your path. You may have heard of elaborate rituals or manifesting ceremonies for the blood moon, yet your watchers nudged you toward stillness. Maybe you woke in the wee hours feeling an inexplicable calm, as though the universe was rehearsing tomorrow's grand unveiling. You might even have felt tingling at your crown or a gentle vibration in your body. These signals weren't your imagination. The watchers used the lunar energy to finalize the collapse of any lingering illusions. If any inner voice whispered, "Don't get your hopes up," you recognized it as an illusion you'd already dismantled. Instead, you embraced the rising lunar force to reinforce faith, maybe by journaling intentions or exhaling the last fragments of doubt. Each calm breath or mindful pause signaled to the watchers that you were aligning with cosmic flow. Real spiritual power seldom demands flashy rites, only an open, genuine heart. Harnessing a blood moon's energy in silence means syncing your hope, gratitude, and clarity with nature's rhythms, free of theatrical trappings. Perhaps you stood outside at night, letting the moon's red glow wash over your thoughts, visualizing old burdens dissolving with every conscious breath. Unstoppable synergy flowed. You discovered that illusions can't abide prolonged faith. As tomorrow nears, the watchers might suggest a final mental cleanse, a half hour of total stillness, or a heartfelt prayer reaffirming your readiness. The goal is to welcome dawn with an unburdened spirit, no illusions left to jam the blessings. You've proved you can relinquish false narratives so the blood moon's currents can merge seamlessly with your destiny, fueling sweeping changes that might exceed your wildest notions. In this cosmic choreography, the watchers orchestrated every note, your readiness, the moon's fullness, and the final illusion's meltdown. That's how unstoppable waves appear, when all elements align in a single dramatic crescendo. You've harnessed it quietly, trusting watchers over grand theatrics. By tomorrow night, you'll sense that intangible gateway fling itself open, with each star in the sky saluting your ascension. If doubt questions whether you've done enough, the watchers affirm your calm preparations amply anchor this blood moon's power into your unstoppable future. Chapter 5. You stood tall despite naysayers and silent critics. All through your trial, some people watched from the sidelines, shaking their heads or hiding private doubt behind polite smiles. A few openly mocked your sense of destiny as naive. Others listened but didn't believe. The watchers allowed these onlookers to test your resolve and reveal if illusions of people-pleasing still held sway. Passing the hidden exam meant standing firm in your truth, even if your circle shrank to a few who truly understood. At first, you tried explaining your spiritual journey, hoping for empathy. Sometimes you gained allies. More often, you got confusion or polite dismissal. At times, you wondered if you were oversharing with the wrong audience, but each awkward encounter taught you discernment. Some souls can't fathom the Watcher's blueprint for your life. Gradually, you allowed them to remain neutral or negative without letting it derail your momentum. Certain critics tried subtle sabotage, planting doubts, or mocking your progress. The Watchers let them speak, testing whether you'd crumble under social pressure. You learned to let results, not rebuttal, do the talking. Consistency in your actions chipped away at their cynicism. You didn't gloat, you simply kept going. Every small win, every illusion toppled, reinforced your path. Eventually, their remarks lost the power to shake you. There were moments you doubted yourself, wondering, do they see a flaw I'm missing? But illusions of unworthiness dissolved each time you engaged the Watchers in reflection or prayer. You remembered the synchronicities and confirmations that validated your calling. That calm overshadowed any longing to appease detractors. The Watchers tallied each refusal to let outside voices define your worth, marking them as a pass in the unseen exam. Eventually, you noticed the critics no longer stirred fear. They might still grumble, but your spirit remained unbothered. That's the hallmark of unstoppable evolution. Illusions of social condemnation lose their hold. Freed from seeking universal approval, you soared. The Watchers concluded you wouldn't sabotage your destiny just to placate the crowd. This resilience sealed your fitness for unstoppable blessings. And ironically, with tomorrow's full moon, blood moon approaching, some doubters may witness the cosmic shift in your life and quietly reconsider. Whether you welcome them back or set boundaries, you'll do so from a place of sovereignty. The Watchers smile, knowing you overcame illusions demanding universal applause. Now, only purposeful alliances remain. Each critic or lukewarm supporter falls away unless they adapt to your unstoppable expansion. By standing tall amid skepticism, you proved you could handle blessings that often provoke envy. Confident you won't fold under disapproval, the Watchers trust you to steward the unstoppable wave arriving with the blood moon. Chapter 6. He discovered humility as the key to sustained breakthrough. Repeated triumphs can inflate the ego, twisting confidence into arrogance. The Watchers know this danger well. If illusions can't pin you down with doubt, they'll try to puff you up with pride. To pass heaven's grand exam, you had to master a delicate balance, celebrating your unstoppable spirit while honoring the higher hand in every success. It turns out humility is what locks in unstoppable blessings. The Watchers tested your humility in subtle ways. Perhaps a door opened briefly only to slam shut if you boasted prematurely. Or maybe, after a personal win, an uneasy feeling warned you not to overshadow the Watcher's role. Through these experiences, you learned your leaps weren't purely self-driven. The Watchers navigated countless details you couldn't control. Gratitude then became more than a nicety. It became the bedrock of your understanding. Each victory was a product of synergy, not ego. As you embraced humility, illusions rooted in pride lost their grip. If past wounds once tempted you to overcompensate, you bypass that by realizing you're neither insignificant nor the universe's center. You're a co-creator with Watchers who see the full blueprint. This perspective brought peace and eliminated the need to prove yourself. Your unstoppable force flows from alignment, not self-importance. Remaining humble also opened you to genuine guidance. You recognize there's always more to learn, no matter how advanced you felt. The Watchers could speak through anyone, a wise mentor or a chance conversation. Ego would have dismissed such input, but humility let you absorb crucial insights, honing your clarity to a fine edge. Because of that humility, blessings that could topple a self-focused heart found stable ground in you. Freed from illusions of pride, you can handle expansions without drifting off center. The Watchers saw you wouldn't hoard or miss what's to come. You channel it responsibly, partly to fulfill your mission and partly to uplift others. This alignment deepened your resonance with unstoppable grace, prompting the Watchers to align cosmic timing with your heart's posture. Now, as you face tomorrow's dramatic shift, you do so with confident humility. You trust your own abilities without overshadowing the Watcher's orchestration. This mental stance summons an unstoppable wave that exalts you while elevating those around you. And that ultimately is the Watcher's aim. seeing chosen ones flourish in ways that spark collective uplift, not self-glory. With illusions of pride dismantled, you can steward phenomenal miracles while preserving pure motive. Thus, the Watchers finalize your pass, bestowing a breakthrough that defies logic, anchored in humility and cosmic alignment. Chapter 7. You step into tomorrow's dawn with expectation of immediate release. At last, the Watchers converge all your lessons into a final flourish. Illusions that once weighed you down are extinct. You overcame heartbreak, shed comparisons, aligned with divine energies, and stood humbly. Now, no disclaimers remain to block your unstoppable wave. Tomorrow beneath the full moon, blood moon, your final chapter of struggle ends. The Watchers see you ready, scanning your heart for lingering illusions. Finding only steadiness and gratitude, they affirm you're free to receive. You may wake tomorrow feeling an electric buzz, as if the air itself hums with possibility. The Watchers often place small confirmations in your path, perhaps a timely message from an old friend that unlocks a hidden door. A flicker of doubt might appear, whispering, "Is this real?" Yet the Watchers nudge you to trust. This wave is neither partial nor slow. It's immediate. Events swirl, shifting you from dryness to abundance in a blink. Illusions may try one final ambush, a random negative remark or a quick stab of unworthiness. But you're too seasoned to be rattled now. If provoked, you stay calm, uninterested in old drama. This unshakable stance tells the Watchers it's safe to unleash what's next, certain you won't sabotage it over trifles. Freed from illusions, your yes is unstoppable. They also urge you to be present. Don't coast through the day mindlessly. Relish each sign, each meeting that might reveal how your blessings unfold. If new faces appear with intriguing offers, explore them. If a random chance aligns with your purpose, step in. You know cosmic alignments can appear ordinary until you lean in. That's how chosen souls convert fleeting possibilities into world-shaking expansions. By dusk, under the full moon, blood moon, crest, you might feel your entire being vibrate at a higher frequency. Let the Watchers confirm, every heartbreak and betrayal led here. This is no empty hype, but an unstoppable cosmic oath. By entering tomorrow's dawn with unwavering faith, you seal a contract for immediate release from your old struggles. The Watchers rejoice, watching your environment reshape around your unstoppable wave. People you never considered relevant might now cooperate. Doors once locked open as though obeying an invisible command. Yes, tomorrow is the day. The Watchers choreographed every step so you'd be perfectly poised for a pivot into unstoppable grace. By abandoning illusions, embodying humility, and trusting your synergy, you've proven yourself unstoppable indeed. This wave doesn't merely end your sorrow, it launches you into a grander mission the Watchers have prepared for ages. You accept wholeheartedly. No hesitation. Delusions vanish. The wave roars, ushering you into a realm where struggle dissolves, replaced by expansions mirroring your tested readiness. Confidently, you step into the new day, certain all that once bound you has dissolved under this extraordinary cosmic shift.